Despite being one of Hollywood's biggest stars, with 6 children and 3 marriages under her belt, Angelina Jolie says she suffers loneliness. In a candid new interview, the actress reveals she struggles to live life on her own, 8 years on from her infamous and messy split from Brad Pitt. Speaking at an upmarket hotel in London on Saturday night, the 49-year-old actress reflected on her need for companionship ahead of the release of her new biopic Maria. Dressed in black, Angelina looked relaxed as she spoke about her remarkable portrayal of the late opera star Maria Callas, which earned her a Golden Globe nomination last week. She revealed that feeling alone was the trait she most shared with the singer, who died in 1977 with just staff as close friends. Angelina says, "I have my children I love, but as an adult I'm often alone. I find myself identifying with the solitude and loneliness she has. I also haven't quite figured out how to live life in a way where I'm on my own. Maybe a lot of artists feel that we're in an open space as a person. We don't quite settle, so it leaves us in a strange way sometimes, has caused us to feel such conflicting emotions." Maria, which was written by Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight, is Angelina's first film in more than 3 years. She has cut a reflective figure on her return to the spotlight, with her comments suggesting a rumoured relationship with Brit rapper Akala, 41, has already cooled. "Someone hurt me." Last week she told Variety magazine that the film was like therapy for her, and that she had lost her voice after her mother Marcella Bertrand died in 2007 and "someone hurt me." Angelina went further than that in London's Soho at the weekend, saying that she felt all of Maria's emotional turmoil while acting. She says, "When I'm up there crying, that's my pain, that's my grief." There is no doubt that the end of Angelina's marriage to Brad has been a painful one, with the pair trading barbs via lawyers and sources, especially in their ongoing dispute over their French vineyard. Says Mandau, "The couple's attitude to new relationships has markedly differed since their romance, which lasted more than a decade, came to a bitter end following a bust-up on a flight in 2016. While Brad, 60, has been seen with a string of beautiful women and appears to have settled down with businesswoman Ines de Ramon, his ex has not been pictured arm-in-arm with a new man. Instead, Angelina is said to have devoted her time to bringing up her large brood. This is the longest spell in the Tomb Raider star's life without a significant other, having gone from ending her 18-month marriage to first husband Johnny Lee Miller, with their divorce finalized in 1999, to marrying her next one, Billy Bob Thornton, 1 year later. Dating Brad. It was fine meeting the family, but after a year they moved away to suit Brad's dads. He was a careful butler for the women and invested heavily in his daughters. That lasted until 2003. She has also taken a step back from her career to look after her kids, Maddox, 23, Pax, 21, Zahara, 19, Shiloh, 18, and twins Knox and Vivian, 16. The Netflix film, which will also be released in cinemas, is the perfect role for Angelina, who can empathize with more than just Callas's loneliness. Both women struggled with drug addictions, have had their weight discussed publicly, and endured high-profile romantic breakups. Callas was married to rich Italian businessman Giovanni Battista Meneghini, when the even wealthier Greek shipping magnate Aristotle Onassis seduced her. According to the movie, Maria aborted the child she was due to have with Onassis before being usurped by an even more famous beauty, Jackie Kennedy. Angelina describes Maria as a little girl wanting to have a boy love her. In later life, Callas grew increasingly dependent on drugs, including steroids to suppress her appetite, and the mind-altering sedative Mantrax, which was also often referred to as a quaalude. Angelina has admitted that in her youth she tried every drug possible, including the deadly heroin, and was lucky to survive. In the movie, Maria hallucinates after taking Mandrax, and the actress says the role was sometimes a bit trippy in my mind. Angelina continues, "She was ill often, she couldn't see, she didn't feel love, she was scared, she was wanting to escape her pain in her life with narcotics. The operator's drug dependency is believed to have led to her fatal heart attack. Having faced a lifelong battle with her weight, her slender body was unable to cope with the cocktail of substances she was swallowing on a daily basis. As a child, her mother cruelly favored her slimmer sister, and as she developed as an opera star, Maria's weight increased to 17th. But she dropped 6 of them in 1954 in a bid to please theatre directors and to look more like the stars of the era, such as Audrey Hepburn. Completely vulnerable. It is a transformation that will not be lost on Angelina, whose weight loss has also been the subject of fan speculation, with some insiders suggesting it has been fueled by the stress of her divorce. For the people in Angie's world, there's still an ongoing worry, but they know better now than to bring it up, a source recently told a US news site. She's made it very clear this is her life, her body, and nobody's to question her about it anymore. Angelina will be even more open to scrutiny in the new year when her multi-million-pound court battle with Brad over ownership of the Chateau Miraval vineyard finally goes to trial. While Jolie might feel alone, unlike Brad, she does have her children by her side. Thanks for talking. Angelina was seen in Paris this month with Pax and Zahara, who visited while she was filming her next movie, Stitches. Recently, she worked with Vivienne on a Broadway stage musical, and last month she attended the Governor's Awards in Los Angeles with Knox. Brad, on the other hand, is said to rarely see his older children, and Pax called the heartthrob a world-class a-hole in a social media post. Angelina has claimed he was abusive to her and their children. Brad, who was cleared following an investigation into the row on the plane involving son Maddox, has always denied being abusive. But it is rumored that none of the kids will be with him at Christmas or when he celebrates his birthday on Wednesday. Now that her children are older, Angelina is able to spend more time working. Maleficent 3 and 2 other movies are in the pipeline. For Maria, Angelina had to spend 7 months learning to sing and felt faint while belting out the tunes, as she didn't realize such strong lungs were necessary when she signed up for the role. Her craft can take brains to crush this one hard. She says, "I had not sung for a film, and I didn't realize when I first took the job that I'd really be singing. I thought it would be a certain level of movie singing and I would get away with something." Angelina had previously been told by someone close to her that she couldn't sing. That made the task of standing on a stage, without piano accompaniment, in front of a film crew, even more daunting. She concludes, "I was terrified and I was completely vulnerable." She will need that strength if she's going to get through her next blockbuster, a Hollywood court showdown, alone.